Hey friends, hope you're doing well and enjoying these productivity videos. In this video, I want to talk to you about Google Docs, just some ways that you can use them to help keep people on your team on the same page and just be productive. So this is a website, gracechurchsc.org/equip. This is a coaching arm of our church, a ministry that I help manage. And all the way down at the bottom, we have a resources section. If you were to click on this, we have a hub. It is a Google Doc. You might see many of these now at our church. Maybe you see them in different ministries where churches are ministries are using a hub to create a referenceability of resources. So in this case, for churches, when we work with churches and want to give them resources, we put everything on this hub, from communications to connecting to anything that's going on in our church, and these are resources that can just be as a referenceability for different tools. So that's one way that you can use a Google Doc that I find to be really helpful. Another way that you can use a Google Doc is by creating meeting notes. So this is my David Delk Rivers meeting notes. David is my boss, and when I meet with him and have my one-on-one, I like to have everything on a document that all he has to do is just go to this document and we can talk about the different things that we need to discuss to help our work get done. So oftentimes he doesn't ever have to go anywhere. If I need to say, hey, listen, I got this feedback thing that I want to share with you, I'm not going to go email that to him. I'm just going to put it on our meeting notes. And that is a simple way that we can work together. This is another example of how I'm using a Google Doc with Lauren. Lauren is my administrative assistant. And so every single time we meet, we have different things that we review. And so she puts a date on there. So like 4/19, that was recently. And these were all the things that we needed to discuss in our one-on-one meeting. And so Google Docs are a great way to keep people on the same page. What I would encourage you to do and to help you, we talked about capture spots. We talked about how important it is to have capture spots. I have a capture folder. So oftentimes when I am making a Google Doc, and I showed in other videos, I believe it was the Getting Started, in the Google extension Google Docs Quick Create, you can create a document or anything, a form or a new presentation or like anything really. So oftentimes when I'm making a new document and I don't know where that lives, I'll leave that and I'll save it in the capture folder. A way that you can do that, you basically just click on this little folder icon up here at the top and you save where those things need to be. Now, it's really important that you understand where things are saved, the importance of where things need to be saved. There are two types of folders. There's something called a My Drive, and there's something called a share drive. Now, a My Drive are owned by you. These are documents that you are organized that are owned by you. A Team Drive is owned by Grace. So that's really, really important. So when you're looking at drives, when you're creating folders over here on the left-hand side, I have a folder that's called Capture. That's a folder that I just random docs go in there. I got all kinds of different things that I might start something, I might save something, and I just save it there, and that becomes my single capture spot. But when I'm ready to start working on something, let's maybe say it's a project or, for instance, Senior Executive Roundtable. Everything that I am doing with Senior Executive Roundtable, for me personally, is in this folder. If I double click that, I can create other folders. I have even a hub that I use that is a Chris Rivers hub just for me. And then I even have a Senior Executive Participant hub that I share strictly with the participants of Senior Executive Roundtable. So when we have a meeting and they need to know what's going on, notes, handouts that we use, I'll send an email to all of those individuals, and then I will actually send them this link. I don't send them the PDFs, I don't send any of that stuff in their inbox because it becomes very difficult to find over time. So everything is listed on this document. Now, it's really cool. You can use documents to communicate with individuals. So for instance, I had earlier sent a note to David because I needed to know if there was anything else he wanted to add because he leads this meeting. And so if we were to click on this little plus sign right there, that is a comment box. So you can hit, at David Delk, and David Delk's name will start to pop up. and I can ask him a question. I can assign it to him. And then when he responds to me, I'll get an email very similar to this. So, this is, I asked him the question, here are the notes from today. Is there anything else you want me to add? If not, I'm just going to send an email. And there you can see he says, that's great. And I marked as done. You can also reply here, and that will also put a note, but I marked it done. It disappeared, and that's why it's not living here on this page. So Google Docs are really helpful. I find them to be incredible resources. And then, if you want to use these to start thinking of ways, I like them to work with team. Building relationships with a team is always helpful. So something like this, we just had a new guy join our senior executive roundtable, and so now he missed the first 3 months, but when he gets the email today from me saying, hey guys, here's the notes from our most recent meeting, he gets this link, and now he can go back and see the last 3 sessions that we worked on, the notes, the summaries, all the things that we're working on to do that. So anyways, I hope that helps you. That's one way that you can use Google Docs. You can also share them. I didn't mention that, but you can click this share icon. I mean, there's tons of videos on here on how to use Google Docs. Look on the internet and search, but those are some ways that we're using them within Grace Church. So hopefully this is helpful. Let us know what you think. I'd love to hear your feedback. Are you enjoying these videos? Are you enjoying these resources? Are you getting more productive? Let me know. I'd love to hear. Okay, have a great day.